I will focus on one very major challenge, which Henry somehow touched upon. The countries are still lacking access to data, particularly up-to-date data. And the Assistant Secretary General, in his remark, and Sherry, in her reflection, also touched upon it. Really, the numbers are stark, and she mentioned them, and I wanted to repeat them because they are very important. If we leave this room, I want you to remember them thoroughly. 42% of the countries report they receive incomplete or no data, despite the effort that we've been doing for a decade and a half. And then from donor and development partners, 30% report that data is not timely. So the point is clear, data still is lacking. We need to work to reinforce this. And most importantly, using IATI data, and as reported by Shari here, 15% of finance providers publish only forward-looking data. In the day where the Assistant Secretary General has emphasized how rapidly the situation is evolving and development finance is declining in a manner that without even knowing which sector is going to suffer, how to reallocate their national budgets, countries are struggling. The struggle is real. Without any timely, predictable data, obviously, governments cannot plan effectively. And Henry was very clear in his testimony from that. And they cannot align resources with national priorities. This is going to be a dream for them because they wouldn't be able to do so. And they cannot coordinate across partners because the delivery chain has become longer and aid has become smaller and smaller. Projects has become far too many, and coordinating it has become a nightmare for them. So really, we've been told by our member countries, partner countries, we have 75 members in IATI. We have a very inclusive governance system. 22 of them are partner countries, like Nigeria. They spoke to us very clear, please make up-to-date, forward-looking data available. And I wanted to thank our publishers. We have 2,000 publishers who have been publishing regularly to IATI for a decade and a half. You have done very well. Let's do better, and even more importantly, update our data more regularly so that countries can actually plan now and be able to cope with the situation and adapt to the changing circumstances. So that is a very important thing, and IATI's value addition is enormous. I would like to say this to you all. It is offering a real-time data, no matter how small it may be, and it may look. It took us almost a decade and a half to get where we are now. So we are the only data system in the entire architecture of development cooperation where real-time data, forward-looking data, machine-readable data with 500,000 documents that can be read by AI is available, directly ingestible to country systems. So we must recognize IATI for what it does and what it does very well. For that, I wanted to thank the Digital Alliance, International Digital Alliance, for recognizing IATI as the digital public good in 2025. So having said that, let me come back to this particular point. 19 countries are using IATI data, as I said before. If we enhance its timeliness, if we enhance the forward-looking element of this, they could do much, much better. And I'm really, truly grateful for the mentioning the OECD CRS team and the QSSD team present here. And we also had a very good conversations with JPDC team, how we can best collaborate to be able to serve the countries better. So for us, I think IATI plays a very significant but equally important role, and we focus on providing the strategic backbone for the development data. We wanted to provide our dynamic infrastructure that provides the most up-to-date data to the entire system for the countries, as well as the global architecture, to use it, to build upon it. And our data standard that allows comparability is a greatest asset that the international community has created. So let's make it more used and usable. And I also would like to say that all others can build upon it so that that becomes the backbone for the entire system. And I think that's our best strength, and we recognize others like the OSSD. JPDC, for their global role in accountability, country-level systems. And I wanted to say that we are working very hard in our SPA that Julia has mentioned to make data interoperable. And we are truly looking forward for that to become a reality this year, not later, so that you can see the fruits of this effort that we are putting in. With this, I wanted to say thank you.